stand today like we always dreamed, starting out our life together. Light is in your eyes, love is in our hearts. I can't believe you're really mine forever. Been rehearsing for this moment all my life, so don't act surprised if the feeling starts to carry me away. On this day, I promise forever. On this day, I surrender my heart. Here I stand, take my hand, and I will honor every word I say. On this I've been rehearsing for this moment all my life, so don't act surprised if the feeling starts to carry me away. On this day, I promise forever. On this day, I surrender my heart. Here we stand like God.
Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Cape Town. Hey, it's been a while waiting, hey? And it's amazing that we are here now. You've got really awesome weather. I mean, we could be blowing away right now. We normally are this sort of area of the Cape. So you are really incredibly blessed to be here today and have this weather. I see you've got some family on that side. Is it cousins, sisters, aunts, friends? Okay, well, we just say hello to them. Make sure they probably won't be hearing us at the moment, but they'll certainly be able to watch the video. Okay. So I want to just say to the two of you, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here to do this for you. You know, I know we signed the pieces of paper and it's made it all legal, but ultimately that's not what this is actually about. It's about this promise that you're about to make each other, this incredible promise that you have been contemplating in your mind for quite a while, getting ready to say I do to certain questions so that it can lead you to this moment right now. Okay, so Loren, I want to ask you quickly, do you love Josephine? How much? More than your life? Fantastic answer. Josephine, do you love Loren? Cool. You know what, guys, the most important thing that I can say to you today is that standing here right now in this little spot that you've got on this earth that we are standing, there's only two people anywhere on this planet that actually knows what your love is. And I'm not one of them. They're not one of them. The only two people are the two of you. And that's why we're here to celebrate. That's why you want to get married, because you love each other so incredibly much. And that promise is based on the fact that this connection, this love connection that you have, is personal to you. So Josephine, you're the only person that knows how you truly feel about Loren. You know, as much as you've probably said I love you many, many times to her, the truth of the matter is you probably have never been able to say it in a way that, Loren, you actually understand what that feels like from her perspective. Because you can only feel it from your own perspective. Make sense? You know, and the beauty about standing in front of two people that love each other is it doesn't matter who those people are. It's a celebration of their unique love. And it doesn't matter who understands that love or who doesn't. Who thinks they know that love or who thinks they don't know that love. It's got nothing to do with them. It's all about you guys. It's your feeling. How much do you know about each other, if I may ask?
So much.
So much. So I could ask you a lot of questions and you would answer those questions about each other. I'm sure you would. But the truth is, you know what you do know, but you also don't know what you don't know. And the reason I say that is because over the period of time, you guys have been, 15 years you've been friends?
Yes.
Okay. In your 15 years of friendship, you've learned so much about each other. You've gone from strangers to knowing very little about each other or anything at all, to acquaintances, to friends, and you've developed a knowledge about each other. But that knowledge didn't come out of nowhere, it came out of the both of you. Josephine, you've told Loren things that you probably never told anybody else, because it's your stuff. It's what you find important in your life that you shared with Loren, and Loren, you've done the same with Josephine. That doesn't end today, guys. Okay? Just because you signed a piece of paper and you've got a piece of paper that says you are married to each other, that shouldn't be the end of learning more about each other. Okay? You guys are young still. You've got so much life ahead of you. So you must have the ability to say, imagine when we're 60 or 70 or 80 years old and we're sitting wherever and we're talking, and one of you says, I've just learned something new about you that I never knew. That's what you need to be able to do. Did you guys fall in love just like that? One day there was no love, the next day there was love?
Never really expected that we'll end up with each other.
Because you were friends. But that friendship, it wasn't, the love, it wasn't a case of, in that 15 years that because you were 11 years that you fell in love, after 11 years of that 15 years. Am I right? Good. So if you think about it for a second, it's amazing to think that for 11 years, you were friends with no intention of ever becoming more than just very, very good friends. And then, boom, suddenly it happened. One of you noticed something, but both of you, and you started growing a different feeling inside of you. And that was a case of over and over again, there was a little bit more that was being handed to you, and you were learning more about each other. And it's those little things that you learned that helped you fall in love. So, think about this love. Yes, you didn't expect to fall in love, but it wasn't one day one of you looked at each other and said, yesterday I didn't love you, but today I love you. It was a case of growing and falling in love, more pieces at a time. That doesn't end today as well. Guys, you've got so much love to still learn and to give to each other. But you have to be present in each other's life to do it. Okay? You cannot say to yourself, well, I've told you that I love you, and that's just the way it is. You don't have to hear it from me over and over again because I've told you. Who said I love you first? Do you remember? Josephine? When you said it for the first time, you might have been a bit weary. You might have been a bit scared about what was going to come back. But the truth is, it didn't matter what Loren said. Because you actually weren't saying it for a response. You were saying it because you were declaring, I love you. Loren, when you said I love you for the first time, again, it was a declaration. Say I love you as often as you can. Don't ever fall into the trap of just saying it because you have to say it. Say it because you feel it and you mean it. Okay. So I want you just to take a moment. Don't say anything. Just think about and internalize what I'm about to ask you. But Loren, that feeling of love that you have for Josephine, that only you know what it is. Look after that feeling of love. Okay? What is that feeling that you have for Loren? Look after it. Because no one else can tell you what it is. I've asked you to think about it, and I'm sure you're thinking about it and you're feeling it. Okay? But you can't get somebody to come from the outside and tell you what it is. Only the two of you will know that. Okay? So look after your love. Are you friends? I know you were friends for 15 years. I mean, for 11 years before you fell in love. But are you still friends?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, the day that you fell in love, and that moment that you fell in love and you said, I love you for the first time, you didn't look at Loren and say, Loren, I want to tell you something. I love you. But now we don't have to be friends anymore. Now we're something different. Okay? I'm sure your friendship intensified after that because you realized this person I want to spend more time with because of the fact that I'm now got feelings of love for this person. Look after your friendship as you move forward into the future. Okay? Don't just say, look, we're going to be fantastic wives to each other, we're going to look after each other, we're going to focus on each other. Say, we want to be best friends to each other. So when you are 50, 60 or 70 or 80 years old, you can look at each other and say, you know what, life has been so incredibly fantastic for us. Because not only did we have a fantastic wife in each other, but we also had a best friend in each other. And keep that alive. Okay? Don't neglect your friendship. Now I want to go back to when you met for the first time 15 years ago. Where was it? In the Philippines.
Second year, first year high school.
High school.
But can I remember?
Okay. And when you met, there was no doubt in your mind that when you met each other for the first time that you had met another person. There were other people that you had just met at that same time. And you've met many, many other people since that moment. And yet, of all the people that you've met over the last 15 years, you're not standing next to any of those people, you're standing next to each other. So therefore something amazing must have happened at that very moment, and it did. Your story started. And it's a slow burning story because it was once upon a time you guys met at high school. And it was a case of getting to know each other, becoming friends, hanging out with each other, probably with a group of people. And then something happened after 11 years that you realized that you wanted to spend more time with each other. And you started developing more and more feelings. But every experience that you've had from that moment to this moment is yours. It's your story. And I want you to look after that story. Don't take that story for granted. You know what, I've got my iPad and I can quickly look and I can find Google and I can say, Google, what is the story of Josephine and Loren? And it's going to come back and it's going to say no results. And the reason it's going to say that is because it's not known to anybody. Just like your love and your friendship is not known to other people, your story is also not known. These people that are celebrating with you today on the other side of the world, they know that the two of you love each other. They know that you're friends and they know that you've got an incredible story and they've added value to that story. But it's your story. You can make it whatever you want it to be. So I am going to, on behalf of those wonderful people, all the other people in the world that love you guys, that really wish you nothing but the best, I'm going to wish you all the romance, all the excitement of a magical and wonderful life together. Every dream that you have for yourselves, we hope it's going to come true for you, not once but over and over again throughout your entire lifespan together. And I certainly would love to be in contact with you guys going forward, to be able to see how you guys develop in your relationship and in your marriage, and to be able to celebrate year in and year out on your anniversary, even if I can just send a WhatsApp message or a Facebook message to say congratulations. But look after each other. That's the most important thing. Okay. So here we are. We're ready to do this thing. We're ready to make you legally married. So I think it would be appropriate at this point that I'm going to ask you just a simple question. It's a declaration actually that the law says I must ask you. So I need you to say I do, nice and loud. Otherwise, if you don't hear, or if we don't hear, we can't continue. Okay. Loren, do you declare that as far as you know, there is no lawful impediment to your proposed marriage to Josephine here present?
I
Josephine, do you declare that as far as you know, there is no lawful impediment to your proposed marriage to Loren here present? It's very soft, but I get it. Okay. Okay, look, they might be gone. But on behalf of everybody that's here, I would love you guys to answer this question. Are you here to support this wonderful couple in marriage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Donnie. Nice and loud. There we go. You've got vows? I'm gonna. Can I take that for you, and I can hold that for a moment? Ooh, so scary.
I choose you for life. I promise you my deepest love.
foolish devotion, my tender escape, through the pressure of present and the uncertainties of the future. I promise to love you, to commit to you, and support you. I pledge to respect your unique talents and abilities, to lend you strength for all of your dreams. You are everything I need, and at this moment, I know all my prayers are answered, and that all my dreams have come. I praise God for you, for all your love and constant friendship. I know that our love is heaven sent, and I promise to be here forever and always. My heart will be your shelter, and my arms will be your home. As I have given you my hands to hold, I give you my life to be.
Can't do that. Josephine, you can go ahead.
I hope and pray to God to bless me. Someone whom I can spend this lifetime with. Then I met him. I did not choose him, my partner. I found a partner in life, a best friend, a sister, a confidant, someone I can be with at my craziest, ugliest, and most vulnerable moment. With you, I will never have to do anything on my own. I will never do that. I will be forever grateful to God for giving me life and because He gave me you to spend it. You are the only constant in my life. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, for keeping up with my moods, for your patience, your endless understanding, and for making me feel better at my best. I promise to be your guiding light, a warming comfort in the cold, and a shoulder to lean on when life is too much to bear. If you grow weak, I will always be here to fight your battles. I promise to respect, admire, and appreciate you for who you are and the person you wish to become. To persevere when times get tough, to treat you with compassion rather than fearness, to love you in sickness and in health, and to be true for you when you need me, whenever you need me. I will love you in this lifetime and the lifetimes that follow. I love you.
I control them, can't
I'm
you?
sorry.
I told you.
Those words that you said, yes, they're on those pieces of paper, but they're not tangible. You can't get those words back. You've said them, you've heard them, so you can't walk around with that. You will walk around with a ring. Okay. Please remember that ring will signify very important things in your life. 4 important things that will give that ring real, incredible value. Number 1, your incredible love that's unique to the two of you, and that's God given. 2 is your amazing friendship that you enjoy, that you have enjoyed, that you're going to enjoy going forward, and your story that you're creating together. It's all wrapped up in that ring. And very important, those words that you said. So I'm going to ask you to close your hand, make a fist, give it a squeeze, wish it well. And then Loren, I'm going to ask you just a simple question and you can place the ring onto Josephine's finger. Okay. Loren, do you give this ring to Josephine as a sign of your promise and take her to be your wife?
Is it left or right?
Yeah, it's left. I don't know what it is in your country.
Okay, so left.
Beautiful. Right. Josephine, do you give this ring to Loren as a sign of your promise and take her to be your wife?
Yes, I do.
In the presence of these wonderful witnesses, you've given your consent and you've made your vows to each other. You've declared your marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of a ring. I therefore now have the privilege to declare that you, Loren and Josephine, are now lawfully married and are to be wives together from this day forward for the rest of your lives and eternity. They had 2 kisses already, yeah?
Yeah.
So
One left.
punishment. What punishment do you give? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you just stand facing each other like this. There we go. And guys, I'm going to ask you in your own time, this is the opportunity to show that you know how to kiss, because those others didn't count. They weren't really good. So you're going to give each other a fantastic, wonderful kiss. Your first kiss as a married couple. Fantastic.
Not sure if you know this, but when we first met, I got so nervous I couldn't speak. In that very moment, I found the one, and my life had found its missing piece. So as long as I live, I love you, will have and hold you. You look so beautiful in white, and from now to my very last breath, this day I'll cherish. You look so beautiful in white tonight. What we have is timeless, my love is endless, and with this ring I say to